Hi, this is Garibay, and today I want to talk about Vivek Ramaswamy in the second U.S. presidential Republican debate, and Vivek Ramaswamy 100% won this debate by absorbing many attacks from Republicans, specifically Haley, DeSantis, Pence, and Scott. All directly attacked him, right? And what it told America is this guy's being attacked because he is the main threat on the board, right? And I think right now, for who's going to win the U.S. presidential race, I think it's Vivek Ramaswamy, and I think it's Nikki Haley. Very close. And actually, I think they might be tied, right? I really think that Donald Trump, by skipping his second debate, is very, very soundly, carefully warning on the American people that he is completely deteriorated. That let's put it this way: 2016, he showed up to debate, he embarrassed everybody on the stage, right? Now, 2024, he's embarrassed to show up on the stage. He's gone. Okay? I really think Donald Trump has made a fatal political mistake by not showing up to the debates. All right. What I want to talk about today is the bold statements of Vivek Ramaswamy and how they are very carefully crafted, and how his team is doing a fantastic job of training him for the debates, and he is using every second to his advantage. One, every time he opens his mouth on the debates, it solidifies him as a real candidate for president, right? And he's doing a great job. And one of the things I thought was really exceptional is, no pun intended there, because he's an American exceptionalist like me, right? And he was saying incredibly bold things. Let's talk about some of the incredibly bold things he said. He was like, "Hey, we're going to take American exceptionalism to the next level," right? He said, "No apologies for capitalism." Preach, Vivek Ramaswamy. No apologies for capitalism, right? Like that's half the problem we have today. Is like, I see you live in America. Are you a capitalist or are you a communist? Because if you're a communist, there's lots of places you can go, right? You can get that noise anywhere but here, right? Like, go with God, right? Like, this is America. We're not communists here. Period. We fight communists, right? We're doing it right now in Ukraine, right? Like, yeah. Like, we are fighting the communist, Vladimir Putin, right? If you don't think he's communist anymore, you sure as heck ain't paying attention. Ain't nothing changed but the drapes there. They're still a communist nation, right? Can't you see they're communists? They're whew, okay. Yeah, all right. Let's keep it moving. All right. Drill, frack, burn coal. Extremely bold, right? He was saying that if he gets in, he is going to massively slash administrations massively slash administrations and staffing in unnecessary departments in the U.S. government. Oh, here we go. This is one of the best lines of the night. Vivek Ramaswamy was like, "Start the budget at $0, justify, and then bring in what is absolutely essential," right? And that's the point. Start at zero. You have to justify every expense. We could cut the budget like to 1/10 of what it is with what is actually essential, right? And that's a bold statement, right? Bold, right? Now, to be fair, there were a few other people who said some bold statements in the night. Mike Pence had one of the boldest statements of the night. He's like, "If you're a mass shooter, right, I'm going to death penalty you in months. You did a mass shooting? I will put you on death row and kill you in months." That's a bold statement. That was the boldest statement of the night by someone who doesn't matter. Mike Pence doesn't have a chance in heck. at winning this election. And the reason why is nobody cares about him, right? He's just like, he doesn't excite anyone, right? And then he doesn't really have a following at all, right? He has some recognition, right? But he's just extremely unimpressive, right? And no one really likes him. That's the issue. Nobody's excited about him. I'm excited about Vivek Ramaswamy, right? I think there's a few other people. I think people are excited about Nikki Haley, right? Is there anybody else there that anyone's excited about? I don't think so. I think, honestly, all the energy right now in the Republican Party is on Nikki Haley and Vivek Ramaswamy, and I really think Nikki Haley is Vivek Ramaswamy's only true threat right now, right? He's the only, and I really do think Trump has taken himself off the board by telling people, listen, in 2016 I was capable of showing up to the debate and embarrassing everybody on the stage. Today, in 2024, I'm embarrassed to be on the stage. I can't get up there and handle anybody verbally. I don't have the skill I used to because I'm almost 80, and I'm going to be your second Joseph Biden. Wait until you get to wonder if I'm going to die if I trip over a microphone cord and break all the bones in my body and go to the hospital, right? Because there was a microphone cord. Like, we are in a day where the microphone cord is the most dangerous thing to our government, right? Like, is it going to trip the president and break him in half and shatter all the bones in his body? Like, this, no more 80-year-old presidents. We've got to stop this. We've got to stop this, right? Like, it's just so incredibly bold statements from Vivek Ramaswamy, and he had multiples of them, right? And the other one, and here's another one, and this wasn't bold, but I'm just going to throw it in here. He said, I know you think I'm a know-it-all. That was really interesting. That was really, really interesting. I think he knows that people think he's super smart and he's like the shiny, smart guy in the room, right? And thank God in America, this has happened to the point where people of color are equally privileged and annoying as white people, right? Like, and I think he's like, I know you think I'm an annoying white privileged person because I act like one, right? But I am a person of color, and I think that's what he was saying. And and thank God in America we've gotten to a point where everybody could be a jerk, not just white people, right? Like, so that's progress in the weirdest possible way. But also, I thought it was incredibly important that he was self-aware. He was very self-aware. And he's like, hey, I get it. I'm super smart. I got an Ivy League degree. I'm Harvard or Yale. Who remembers what? Or both or whatever. And he's like, but listen, and I know I'm new. Like, and actually, but just the part where he's like, I know you think I'm a know-it-all. And, and sometimes I have been a know-it-all. Sometimes I'm the smartest guy in the room, and I flex it a little, right? And I really was incredibly impressed with how self-aware he was and how he's listening to his team, and his team is listening to the country, right? Vivek is crushing it. Soundly won this debate, right? I am super, super excited about his candidacy, and I'm super excited that I have somebody that I'm excited, right, to vote for president for. Can one person on this planet say they are excited to vote for that monster, vile human, Donald Trump? I don't think so. Everybody's going to schlep and drag themselves and say, oh, the guy who, like, his wife was having a baby and we all know where he was. Yeah, I'm so excited to vote for that vile human, right? Like, that's not even contested. Like, that's on public record, right? Like, because of his actions, it's on public record. And that's not even that old. Like, that's his third wife, right? And also, 3 women. He's like, I love you and I'll stay with you forever. Oh, I broke that, right? If he ain't treating the people he loves well, what do you think he's going to do to us? Yeah, exactly, right? He is a vile monster human. No one is excited to vote for Donald Trump. They're going to schlep themselves up to it and go, ooh, let me pick the lesser of 2 evils. Let me be part of America putting someone evil in charge. I'm not for it. And I'm super excited that Vivek Ramaswamy is giving me someone I want to vote for. He is fantastic. He crushed it in this debate. And really, I think defeated everybody but Haley. Haley's coming up. That's the true predator he's got to worry about. Every single word, that is my humble opinion. What's important is when I get to hear your humble opinion. When you get in the comments, send your traffic. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.